Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my workshop. I truly appreciate you for being here. Today we're going to be achieving a sultry, kind of sexy vibe with the makeup today. So let's get things started. Now my client pretty much has her skin prepped, but I'm going to go ahead and put on a few key things. This is a snail cream that I like to use to get the skin nice, hydrated, and plumped for makeup. And then we're going to follow that up with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This thing is incredible. I absolutely love this primer. It gives a nice, beautiful, tacky finish to the skin, making it the perfect base for makeup. And then I'm just topping things off with some eye cream and then some more glow. That eye cream is from Kiehl's, by the way. And then this glow is from Skin Nova. It just gives the skin some added radiance, just so when we set the makeup, some of the skin will shine through. And then just making sure the skin and all those products are dried down. And I love the tacky finish, and I always do this just to make sure that the texture of the skin is where I want it before moving on. Now I'm going to run this brow pencil through her brow so you can see she barely needs anything filled in. We're just filling in some of the sparse areas. We typically don't like doing the most on the brows for her glam. And I'm just filling in, well, not filling in, I'm carving out the eyebrows with some Huda Beauty concealer just to give a little bit more structure and clean them up a bit. And then priming the lids with the same concealer, and then following that up with some translucent powder to set. Always set your creams with a powder. Always. And then I also set her skin prep if you didn't see that as well. Alright, moving on to eyes. This is the Scott Barnes Natural palette, and I'm just using that to begin building up depth on the outer parts and then into the crease. And I'm using a nice fluffy brush just to achieve a well blended crease. I believe this one is from Morphe. Actually, yeah, they're both from Morphe. I can tell by the handles. So yeah, just detailing in some depth, like I said, before going in and popping on some shimmer onto the lid. Now we have like partial daylight and partial like studio light, so bear with us. I don't know why Leena wanted to glam with her window open. I had everything set up and she's like, I'm gonna open. I don't know, just listen to your clients sometimes, okay? Going in with some gold shimmer for the lid. Now she will be shooting some birthday pics today, so we are glamming for the outfit she'll be wearing, and then we'll also be doing skin for the camera as well. So a little bit more full coverage and just a little bit more glam. So I'm going in now with the Morphe gel eyeliner. I absolutely love this. Black eyeliner is one of my favorite makeup products to use, period. But I love how well this one works. For top and bottom, I like to use this for. We will be doing individual lashes later, so having that top lash line fill just helps the blend even more. Again, and like I was saying, we're shooting pics for her birthday, so if you're interested in how the pics came out, she already has them posted on her page. You can go to Leena's page to check them out, and then I'll have a pic or two just of the glam. I typically post more glam than like outfit photos. I know sometimes makeup artists, they'll do glam and they post like the photos with the outfits and everything else incorporated. I just like people to see the glam when they come to my page. So just a little tip. And by the way, I was filling in her lashes with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Works beautifully. I typically just label a mascara tube and give it to my clients so that I could just dip right back in and use the same one during each session. And for a more full coverage look today, we're using the Kevin Kwan Central Skin Enhancers to get our perfect match. I blended together, I believe, SX11 and maybe 8 or 9. I'm not sure, you guys. But as you can see, this is just straight full coverage. She thought she was too bright, and I'm like, no, you don't understand how this looks in like real time. Like, it's such a perfect match. So we're just blending that out, and I'm using a fluffier brush to get a smoother blend out of that full coverage. So typically with full coverage, you just want to make sure you have a nice even blend, and that fluffy brush just allows me to make sure that I get that finish with that. In with some full coverage concealer. That is the Too Faced full coverage concealer, followed up with the Kokie Cosmetics concealer for brightness. And I like to lay everything down before blending, so we're laying down the contour as well. That's from Thread Beauty, and then follow that up with cream blush from Colored Rain. And I like to start the blend in the contour areas, working around the perimeters, and then I'll go ahead and blend the concealer. And this just allows your concealer to get more coverage as well. Just a little bit of a tip there: if you let your concealers dry down just a bit, that'll give a little bit more coverage, and it just might help with the creasing as well. But if you have dry eyes, or if you typically crease from heavy makeup or anything, don't recommend this. Alright, now we're going in with a powder puff to blend. This is something I recently started incorporating into my makeup routines, but that powder puff to blend just does something special. I don't hate beauty blenders, but it's just not one of my favorite things to use for makeup sanitation wise. They just cost quite a bit. I know there's some cheaper ones you can use. Look at that finish, you guys. Yes. And using Kosas to set. I love pressed powders to set before loose powders. But I've been loving these, and no, that's not the same side of pressed powder that I was using, or that's not the same side that I was using to blend out concealer. I flipped it over and used the other side to pick up some coverage from that compact to set the makeup. So just a little bit of a tip: you can flip the sponge, you can use the back side of it, you can use the other end of it, and I'm calling it a sponge, but it's a powder puff. But I just love how flexible it is. It really mimics the skin and just gives a nice all over finish and texture. I really love it. Alright, so moving along, today we do want a little bit of a contour. I'm mixing together two bronzers from Colored Rain to achieve. So we're going to use one to structure out and hollow out the cheeks, and the other is going to give us some warmth to the contour area. And then we're going to top it off with some blush, but first we're just going to tap around the areas where we applied cream blush, cream contour, and all that, and set it with the powder contour shades and powder bronzer shades. And then this is Leena's Dior blush. I wanted to try it out. I've been hearing a lot about this blush, so we're just blushing up the cheeks with that Dior blush. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a bake. Now this is I call it the perfect mix, because what I did was mix, I believe, like 5, maybe 6 of my favorite translucent powders with a little bit of a baking powder, and I use that to bake, and I've never had any complaints. So works perfectly. I used to do this when I did a ton of makeup looks on myself, just because, you know, having deeper complexion, you have to mix a lot. So I would just mix and mix and mix and mix. Smoking out the lower lash line with the same shades we used to build up the crease and that depth on the upper lid. And if you're curious, this is a Morphe, like a pointer brush, I guess you could say. And I love using these to smoke out the lower lash line and really pinpoint where I want the shade to be. And then using a fluffier brush to just really blend and make sure that it's nice and seamless. We're going in with MAC Cosmetics lip pencil in the shade Cork. And I'm going to let you guys just sit back and watch me fill the lips. The lips are, excuse me, one of my most favorite things to do on clients, so I'll let you guys enjoy this. And just notice how like detailed, I know I told you I was just gonna let you guys sit there and watch this, but just notice how detailed I'm, getting around the pout. The pout, just look at that right there. That is one of my favorite areas to work on when I'm doing lips. I feel like it makes for great glam when you just get the pout just right. And I always let my clients check. I'll let them keep a mirror just to keep me on track and make sure that whatever I'm applying on them, they're comfortable in, they're comfortable wearing. So I recommend just make up a collaboration with you and the client. Don't ever just go in, or even with yourself, don't ever just go in. Try things out, swatch them, see what you like, see what you don't like. Um, Makeup is all about revealing like a new level of confidence once you're done. So you just want to make sure you're confident with everything so that you're feeling your absolute best. And I love, love, love blending the liner, making sure that everything's seamless. And like I said, I always let my clients check. She's gonna let me know by giving a couple, poses, head tilts. You see that? Like, that's how you're gonna know. And look, you can see the glam from the side, just how we have a nice beautiful gradient. Even in the cheek and contour, it's not harsh. Everything's just nice and well blended. This is her Charlotte Tilbury and KKW Beauty lipstick. Typically, if a client has a lipstick that they love and they know is their go-to, we will use that during glam. It just makes touch-ups easier and everything else. And typically they know what they like I said. So it just helps with the confidence and overall, finish of the glam once we're done. If clients know they're using something they're familiar with, just makes things a little bit easier. Going in with her House Labs highlighter. Again, she's just very familiar on what she likes. She doesn't mind that I use it. She just wants me to use it. So that's what we're doing. We're using her House Labs highlighter. And I'm going to do a more detailed video on how I apply individual lashes. But if you're curious, these ones are from Amazon, and we just wanted something to lightly accentuate the look without doing too much. We still want to see the eyeshadow work we applied. Always make sure you pinch your lashes, by the way, and make sure you get a nice blend. But yeah, we just wanted the lashes to elevate the look without doing too much. Sometimes a lash can just overpower, and that's never my goal with applying lashes after I've done a clean eyeshadow, work, excuse me. Alright, now I'm blending that line with this Sephora Collection liquid liner. This one's hers as well, and she doesn't play about liner. Okay, you guys, she doesn't play. Off camera she was like, let me just do it, I am, but she does not play about her liner. I love clients like this. They keep me on my toes, keep me making sure that everything is just to the T with their glam. And as you can see, we are pretty much finished here, but here we are with this full glam sultry makeup look. And I'm just going to get her face set, and we will be off to shoot some photos. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM or email. Definitely happy I could sit down and do this one for you today. So I'll also check out her page, Leena Said, for the photos on how the glam came out. But the video pretty much gives you a good rundown. So beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. And this bob just gives it an extra layer of just glamour that I love. So thank you so much, Leena, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you on the next one.